The United States and its allies have wrapped up Exercise Talisman Sabre 2025, the largest military drills ever conducted in Australia. Held from July 13th to July 27th, this massive exercise brought together forces from the US, Australia, Japan, Singapore, Germany, Canada, and several other nations. The focus this year was clear: long-range fires, rapid mobility, and the ability to hold enemy ships at risk across the Indo-Pacific. From the very first day, the drills were intense. High-mobility artillery rocket systems, or HIMARS, from Australia, Singapore, and the United States launched rockets in unison, filling the sky with smoke trails. For Australia, this was a historic moment, marking the first time its army fired its newly delivered HIMARS launchers, which only arrived in March. Major Marcus Spicer of the U.S. Army's 17th Field Artillery Brigade described the event as seamless cooperation. He praised the accuracy and speed of the multinational fire missions, calling it a powerful demonstration of Allied interoperability. One of the standout capabilities on display was the HIMARS rapid insertion method, known as HIMARS. This tactic involves loading a HIMARS launcher onto transport aircraft like the C-17 or C-130, flying it to a remote airstrip within the first island chain, unloading and firing precision missiles at enemy ships. During this year's exercise, a Canadian C-17 flew a HIMARS launcher from Darwin to Christmas Island. The very next day, a German A-400M transport carried another HIMARS to Rockhampton. Although these were dry runs without live rockets, they successfully linked sensors, observers, and firing units across multiple nations. Major Spicer explained that this method allows Allied forces to rapidly deploy missile units across austere locations, creating multiple dilemmas for any adversary, and effectively covering key maritime chokepoints. But perhaps the biggest milestone came on July 15th. For the first time ever outside the continental United States, the U.S. Army's Typhon missile system launched an SM-6 missile from northern Australia. The missile flew over the sea and struck a maritime target north of Darwin. Colonel Wade German, commander of the U.S. Army's 3rd Multi-Domain Task Force, called the launch a major step forward. The Typhon system is designed for mobility. It can be airlifted by C-17 aircraft and quickly set up in remote areas. While it fired an SM-6 in this test, the system can also launch Tomahawk cruise missiles, giving it the ability to hit targets at much longer ranges. This live-fire test demonstrated that the U.S. and its allies can now deploy land-based missile systems to hold enemy warships at risk across the Indo-Pacific. Japan also played a critical role. On July 22nd, Japanese forces launched 2 Type 12 anti-ship missiles from the Beecroft Weapons Range near Sydney. Unlike their previous drill in 2023, which involved a single missile, this time they fired 2 missiles simultaneously at different trajectories. Both struck a floating target 19 miles offshore in a coordinated strike. Colonel Yuhei Ito, who commanded the Japanese unit, said the exercise was vital given the increasingly complex and dangerous security environment. He stressed that no single nation can preserve stability alone, and close cooperation with allies is essential. These demonstrations took place against the backdrop of rising tensions with China. Beijing continues to press its claims over Taiwan, expand its reach in the South China Sea, and challenge Japanese control of the Senkaku Islands. The concept behind Talisman Saber reflects these realities. Much of the exercise focused on island hopping operations, amphibious landings, and rapid deployments, tactics designed for potential conflict scenarios in the first island chain, which stretches from Japan down through Taiwan, the Philippines, and Indonesia. By dispersing land-based missile units across this chain, the U.S. and its allies could create overlapping zones of control, effectively deterring or blocking Chinese naval forces from breaking out into the wider Pacific. The message was clear. The U.S. and its partners are not only practicing large-scale amphibious assaults and logistic support, but they are also refining cutting-edge missile tactics that combine speed, range, and precision. Colonel German summarized it best. The successful execution of an SM-6 live fire against a maritime target shows our ability to deploy, integrate, and command advanced land-based maritime strike capabilities anywhere in the region. Exercise Talisman Sabre. 2025 was more than just drills. It was a rehearsal for how Allied forces would respond in a real-world crisis. With each iteration, the complexity increases. More nations are involved, more systems are tested, and more capabilities are proven. As tensions in the Indo-Pacific grow, the ability to rapidly deploy mobile missile batteries and control key maritime chokepoints could make the difference in maintaining peace or prevailing in conflict. In short, Talisman Sabre 2025 sent a strong signal. The U.S. and its allies are preparing, they are interoperable, and they are ready to defend critical sea lanes and strategic islands if challenged.